morning, almost good afternoon. And I'd like first to congratulate the Poseidon Med Greek team for this great organization. And I work in the Venice Port Authority, but I'm here today representing NAPA. And what's NAPA? NAPA is an association of 4 ports. I will talk about it later. And why is NAPA here? This is very easy because we have this great opportunity to join the Poseidon Med Consortium, and we could develop our activities with regard to LNG, of which result Mr. Molocchi will have a speech later on. NAPA is the competition concept, but we also take advantages of the last 2 words that Mr. Polychronos just said in his very interesting speech. He talked about synergies and cooperation. NAPA is an example of 4 ports that are placed in 3 different countries. There is Venice and Trieste in Italy, and Slovenia with Koper, Croatia with the port of Rijeka. The association was set up in 2010 with the scope to cooperate and try to make synergies of the 4 ports together, and then to compete. We need to cooperate because we want to compete between each other, of course, but first, if we want to compete, we need to attract more traffic. And that's the twofold of the meaning and the objective of this association. Again, the NAPA strategy is about making business, attracting more cargoes to Central and East Europe, and to make this cargo use the Northern Adriatic as the gateway to enter Europe. And also policies. NAPA Association means to promote maritime transport and the role of the ports within EU and national transport policies level. North Adriatic is a well-connected area. This slide might be a little bit confusing. There are lots of rows and colors, but it has a purpose to show you that there are 3 corridors, European corridors, crossing the area. The Scandinavian and Mediterranean corridor, which is the blue line, the Mediterranean corridor, which is the green light, and the Baltic-Adriatic corridor, the red pink line. You may also see that there are many core rail and road terminals in the area, which are the yellow dots. And there also are core inland ports, which are the light blue dots. So it's a well-connected area, North Adriatic. I will show you also a few figures about TU's traffic in the last years. As you might say, the potentiality of the 4 ports are all there. And if you consider that even during the financial and economic crisis, NAPA have continued thriving. For instance, from 2008 until 2014, the TU's traffic has raised by 47%. The geographic position of the North Adriatic is an advantage if you consider it also from environmental point of view. With this slide that represents a study we carried on a few years ago, you can soon understand that if you think of a container leaving Egypt, for instance, and entering Europe through the North Adriatic, instead of navigating all the way up to the Northern Range port, this container entering through North Adriatic will save 97 kilograms of CO2 emissions. which is something that has to be taken into consideration, especially if we consider that the traffic through the Suez Canal has grown a lot in the last decade. And the figures in the next slides maybe can show you this fact in a more clearer way. You see the numbers don't need explanation, actually. Again, this is a slide that shows how things are changing. And this picture is explaining the effect of the fact that manufacturing industry has moved their plans towards its east in the last years, because clearly the production costs are much lower there. But this fact has changed the economic geography in a sort of way. And you can see very much clearly from this slide that the goods, the raw materials, and the final products has to move somewhere from their plants. And perhaps the North Adriatic finds in the right place and in the right moment to facilitate this movement. Since the establishment of the NAPA Association, as cooperating all together, the four ports all together, we received already positive feedbacks from the market. This slide is an example of one of the services that is connecting North Adriatic and to Far East. It's a good service, it saves time, and it's a good example of that the cooperation already brought some results. And this is a sort of goal we have put for our association. By 2030, we have taken the result of a study that explained that the potentiality for the NAPA Association, for the NAPA ports, is a very good one. Of course, if we want to need this goal, if we want to increase in our traffic, we need to take advantage of the situation. So, of the fact that the trade is growing, the ships are becoming always larger and larger, and we need to improve accessibility in the NAPA ports if we want to attract more direct calls, of course. We need to work to have better railway services, something that has already been done, but more work needs to be performed. And we need, in any case, to increase efficiency. Increased efficiency means also work on the energy efficiency sector and improve the environmental performances in the ports. So, to sum all up, NAPA is in a good geographical position. Shortest distance from Suez Canal to Central Europe. It's in a good economic contingency, we can say, because of the fact that the manufacturing industry has moved toward east, so the North Adriatic is in the right place. We already have direct lines connecting the North Adriatic to Asia. There was no one before, so this is a pretty new thing. And we need to improve in efficiency and promoting in a larger scale NAPA development. And that is the meaning of my being here today, because thanks to Poseidon Med, we could develop the study with regard to LNG. Every single port could realize its local assessment, and then an overall assessment of the whole area is being developed. It's not finished yet, but it's being developed to take advantage and to work on synergies and cooperation for a good development of the whole association. So this is my speech today. Mr. Malocchi will follow with more technical stuff for your interest. Thank you very much for your attention.